Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from St. Arnold Brewing. They're out of Houston, Texas. This is their Texas Honey Saison. This was sent to me by Brandon down in Texas. He's been sending me some Texas beers, and I do appreciate Brandon. I got two Brandons. Brandon C down in Texas. Been sending beers. Let me see if I can get this electrical tape he's got on the cap off here. I probably should have done that before I started the video, because it is on there tighter than Dick's hat band. Lord have mercy. Alright, guys, this is a 6.4%er. That's what I'm getting from Right Beer and Beer Advocate. I do not see it written on the bottle anywhere, which it should be, so we know what we're drinking and what we're buying. But I don't see it written on here anywhere, and I'm not seeing any dating on it either. We'll look a little closer because the bottle is sweating profusely. And that happens a lot in the summertime here when you get it out of the fridge and it starts sweating immediately. IBUs, it says here, is 22. That also is not written on the bottle. They're not giving us a lot of information on the bottle. Not a fan of that. I'd rather have the ABV, the date, and the IBUs instead of some silly ass history about their uncle that they whatever. You know what I'm saying? Give us the pertinent information, and the rest of that stuff, if you got room, you can put it on there. But stuff like this, as brewers, we enjoy developing new recipes, the Icon series, yada 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 yada. That's a bunch of stuff that it can be written on there if there's room after the pertinent information is put on there. And technically, what they've got written on the back label is good for the back label. Front label, there's all kind of room here to put the ABV and the IBUs and the date, and they choose not to. Not a fan of that. I do appreciate Brandon picking up and sending it to me. He did send me another one of their beers on a previous beer mail package, which I've already reviewed. So we'll see what this one brings to the table. Food pairings for this beer: cuisine is curried in Italian cheeses, earthy Camembert Fontina, your nutty cheeses, Asiago, Colby, Parmesan, your pungent cheeses, Gorgonzola Limburger, and the meat is poultry, fish, and shellfish. Glass by the pint Bacaronic tumbler, tulip oversized wine glass. Got my favorite tulip glass. Says here can be cellared for extended periods, but 6.4%. I don't know if I would cellar that too long. Maybe 6 or 8 months, maybe a year at the most. But you know, you can do whatever you choose to do. If you want to sell this in 3, 4, 5 years, that is your prerogative. I don't think I'd want to sell a Saison of a 6.4% more in about a year or so. Alright, that's all we need to talk about. So it's time. Let's get the cap off of this bad boy and see what this brings to the table. Openers are in, shirts are in. Need one? Give me a holler. Texas Honey Saison. So I'd say they brewed it with a little bit of honey. What do you think? That pour gives us a nice finger of head, and is a light golden color. A lot of bubbles streaming up, reinforcing that head. Let's get a nose on it. Oh yeah, very nice farmhouse Saison funkiness going on in there. Not getting a lot of honey on the nose. There's some peppery spices it smells like. Maybe some lighter fruit notes in there, maybe pears or apples. Well, let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Brandon. It does have a nice sweetness to the back end. That's where the honey's coming in, I'd say. But brewing with honey, the yeast has a tendency, that's a fermentable sugar. And the yeast has a tendency to eat that up and make it a little on the dry side. So, very nice, very pleasant. A nice lower ABV. It's not down to the 4 or 5%, but 6.4%. It's not a huge Saison. It's not an 8, 9, 10%er, but very easy drinking. Alcohol is very well hidden. Nice sweetness to the back end. A little bit of peppery spices in there, maybe some cloves or cinnamon, but definitely getting the cinnamon, cloves or coriander. Definitely getting the farmhouse funky yeast going on in there. It definitely is a Saison. And you get that on the nose right away. Very nice. Very enjoyable. Very pleasant. Very easy drinking for 6.4%. Let's right out of the fridge. Let her take it back and let her have a sip 2 or 3, and we'll come back and see where this one ends up, guys. Alright guys, I'm back. I've been sipping on this probably about 25, 30 minutes. Very nice Saison. It is. Nice sweetness to the back end. A little bit of coriander. Some nice spices to go with that. It is a little on the dry side, but very easy drinking for 6.4%. Very nice. Very well done. I would like to see these guys put a little more information on the label other than some story or whatever on the back label. They don't print a lot of stuff, and their labels on the front leave a little bit to be desired. Sometimes hard to read and a lot of space to put some pertinent information that they're not putting on there. And I told you I was going to look at the bottle. It says here, it does have it written on there. It says 16097060316. So this was done on June the 3rd of 2016. Pretty fresh beer for a beer from Texas. I'm reviewing this on the 23rd of June, so it's not even a month old. And kind of gathered that about when I went to Beer Advocate and rate beer, and there's no ratings on either site. So I'm on my own on this one. Pretty new beer, evidently. They haven't done it before, so I don't know why it doesn't have the ABV, or unless they plan on doing this multiple times. It doesn't say here. It's probably the first time they've done it. Whether they're going to try to reuse the label over and over and over and over again. So, not sure there, guys. But it does have a date on it. Impossible to read with the beer in there. Especially when it's right out of the fridge and it's sweating. You just can't see it. Would like to see them put that on the label somewhere, but it is what it is. They do have a date on there. So, let's do the final chug on this one. Texas makes some really good beers. There's a lot of good beers coming out of Texas. They really are. Brandon, thanks again, my brother, for sending all the beers that you do. You are a top-notch fella in my book. I do appreciate being able to review some of these Texas beers because they do not come to Virginia. Final chug. Very nice, easy drinking. Maybe entry level Saison. Nice sweetness to the back end. Nice little bit of spice kick to it, coriander. Very nice, very pleasant. A little on the thin side, but It's a low ABV, a lower ABV beer, being a 6.4% beer. Very nice. I enjoyed this. Very tasty. A nice change up from the typical IPAs, the stouts that I normally drink. And it's a decent beer. I mean, I don't think it's outstanding. I don't think it's quite to the A category, guys. I'm gonna give this the 7, which is a B plus. Would like to see a little more information on the label as far as ABV, maybe the IBUs on the front label. It does have the date on it, which is, like I said, kind of hard to read with the beer in there and sweating profusely. So I couldn't see it till I come back and the bottle had dried up and was able to read it then. So, and then you actually got to hold it to a light somehow to get to see it, because it is very hard to see unless you put it into the light, and with the beer in there it's very hard to see it all. So that's the only plus I got about it. Very nice, a good transitional beer to get into the Saisons / farmhouse style beers. So very nice. If I put a numeric rating on this, guys, it'd probably be an 88 or an 89. And like I told you, Beer Advocate and Rate Beer, neither one of them have a score on this. So I am on my own. If you've had this one from St. Arnold, their Icon Gold Texas Honey Saison, let me know what you think. And if you see it and you like the Saison, pick it up, give it a try. Let me know what you think. All right, guys, come on back tomorrow. Let's go dig something tasty out of the fridge. See you then.